Alright, so it's been a while since I've made a video, and I was thinking about testing the audio syncing capabilities of DaVinci Resolve, which I'm still relatively new at using, and I've heard that it's not very good, at least in multicam, or that people have some issues with it. Just using, the audio sync with the scratch audio on the camera and an external recorder. So I'm using an old busted up Zoom H1. The audio is probably a little bit differently now. Might even be better, but I'm holding it down so you don't see it the whole time. So yeah, we're going to use that and try to sync it up and see what it looks like, and I'll kind of walk you through it in the video as I use Resolve to do it, which shouldn't be too difficult, and we'll see how it syncs. And eventually I'll make a video with multicam testing that sync out, as right now I don't have a second camera, but I gotta pick one up before the wedding season starts. Just haven't got around to it as of yet. And then when we test that out, we'll see how it does a multicam sync. So I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to audio sync yet, like I stated. So what I'm doing now is I imported the footage and the audio, and I created a new bin, because that's what I read online, to make a new bin and to put the assets in there and then sync from there. Also, under the auto sync features, there's a sync by waveform, and then there's sync by waveform and append. I don't know what a append means, but just syncing by waveform worked for me. Alright, so it's, as I say, I'm a complete novice at Resolve right now. So yeah, but this seemed to work well. What I did was I just checked the audio when I was moving the H1 around, and you could tell it was changing, so I knew the audio was coming from the H1. There's probably still camera audio at this point, and I don't know how to get rid of that yet, but for these purposes it works, and it'll work for you too if you're gonna do something simple like a YouTube video. So I just learned all of that off of a Google search. I don't know how accurate it is. I've only reused Resolve, honestly, probably 7 or 8 times for various small projects. I don't have anything big coming up for a couple of months. So I'm still very much a novice, as I stated before. And I mean, so far that looked like that worked pretty well to me. I probably should have gone a little bit slower in the tutorial section, which I wouldn't even really call a tutorial. You're just seeing me kind of learn how to work it out, but if it helps, it helps. I don't know how to get to the separate audio tracks, I guess, like splitting the in-camera audio from the Zoom H1. It looks like the way that I synced it, it just put it all together. And yeah, didn't look too bad to me, but that was a very, very short clip, which you saw at the very beginning of this video, that was synced, and this will be synced as well. So yeah, for a short clip it works fine. I hear longer clips, especially in multicam, can become a hassle with losing sync and things like that, but we'll see how it works with me, because when I do weddings I typically am only using 2 cameras, and maybe 3 sometimes, but typically 2 cameras and 3 audio sources, maybe a groom mic, an officiant mic, and then whatever the scratch audio is from the camera, or another H1 or an H4 sat by the piano player or the organ or whatever, something like that. So far it definitely works for YouTube videos, and I need to find a better system for syncing, but so far so good. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.